Hey, it's the HOI4! And there's been a major discovery to me that I wasn't aware of. So, if we look at one of the random generals, Rommel in this case, you get attack bonuses, and you also get defense bonuses. And apparently the defense stat isn't what you think it is. Now, I presumption when I see defense, I just think to myself, this is just going to increase defense. However, it does not. It actually also increases breakthrough. So, it seems like whenever the stats say defense, it's also increasing defense, and it's also increasing breakthrough. If you're increasing attack and defense, the both of them have an impact on your attack ability. Really strange. The big takeaway from this video that you're going to watch right now, which I'm going to show off the stats, is this working as the devs intended? That is the big question. And at the end of the video, I'll ask that question to you guys again, and you can see if you believe it is or if it isn't. So first of all, well, declare war on Poland. Poor Poland, always getting declared on. There's never a moment where Poland never takes a break, right? So we'll grab one of these infantry divisions, one of these, and we'll assign a general who is basically not very good. Fritz. That guy. Let's hope he didn't do any war crimes. And what we're going to do is go into a battle with one of the Polish cavalry division here. Boom. We're now into the battle. All right. So we hop into the stats here. I don't recommend you look at the raw stats because the raw stats will jump up and down based on weather, based on if it's night or day. My advice is to hover over the stats and look at the green and red modifiers. So in this case, you can see experience 25% because he's got a regular level 3. 25% is such a big bonus. And also commander skill of 2.5%, which is this attack value here, 2.5%. So if you were to go for the very first infantry leader, the defense stat or the breakthrough stat, which is always the bottom one. See this one? This is the shield with the little triangle here. This represents breakthrough. With the shield without the triangle, this represents defense. So we got 2.5% commander skill. And if we wait 1 hour of game time, it goes to 15.5%. What is that? It's basically that extra 13% extra defense is added on, which equates to breakthrough. I thought this only affected defense because it makes sense. It's a defensive trait. So it would only affect defense, but it doesn't. It actually adds to breakthrough as well. What's the next trait here, though? The one I actually say is the good one is the infantry expert, which gives 10% extra attack. So we go to the very top here. You can see the commander ability is 2.5% for the extra soft attack. If we wait an hour, it goes to 12.5%. So it looks like attack affects soft attack and hard attack, where defense affects defense and breakthrough. From my perspective, I feel like if this is working as intended, this should be called something different. It shouldn't be called defense. There's a stat called defense, but it also affects breakthrough, which is an attacking trait. I know, right? I know. Well, it goes deeper than this. All right, so we'll look at the battle again. 3.7% commander skill. So not only have you got the 2.5% from the general, but you've also got half of the 2.5% from the field marshal, because half of the field marshal stats gets added onto the general below them. That's pretty straightforward, right? No complaints there. Now, if we were to enhance this general by giving him unwielding defender, this is going to increase his defense stat by 10%. Will this have an impact, do you think? Remember, this is a specific trait for defending as a field marshal. It's a field marshal who's built for defense. So what do you think is going to happen here? And this is, will this make any difference whatsoever? So we're currently at 3.7%. We'll wait an hour, 13.7%. That's right, guys. A defensive field marshal with a defensive trait, if he gets the trait that increases his defense, it increases attack capabilities on breakthrough. See, from my perspective, this is not working how I would have thought it would, intended to be. However, it's adding extra breakthrough on. Once again, I personally think this is a battle between how I thought it would work, just based on what it's called, and what it actually does in reality. And this is where it gets really cloudy and a bit strange. Defense increases defense by 10%, and it also increases breakthrough by 10%. However, the aggressive assaulter trait just increases breakthrough. So that makes the unwielding defender trait significantly better than the aggressive assaulter, even though this is built for attack and this is built for defense. It doesn't even make sense. Are we attacking or are we defending? Is he built for attack? Is he built for defense? I just don't get it. Well, get this, guys. The rabbit hole goes even deeper. Okay, so we're going to do it in reverse right now. So we're going to attack as Poland. You can see the bonuses here. Plus 5% for the country. There seems to be some kind of 5% bonus for cavalry at the start of the game as Poland. I wasn't aware of that. Well, get this. If we look here, there's a defensive boyo. Gives extra 10% defense. See, my common sense here is screaming at me, this guy's built for defending. But if I go for this and wait an hour of game time, there we go, 15% for country. So with the initial 5% we had as the base, and now we've gone for that defensive expert, it's now 10%. So it appears that defensive traits and defensive bonuses seem to be significantly better overall because they're more flexible. They're doing attack and they're doing defense. Now, you could argue that soft attack and hard attack are way better stats overall than breakthrough and defense. I agree with that. However, it feels to me like if you're going for a defensive trait, you don't feel bad that it's not affecting you on the offensive because it's doing both. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. You're going to be like, this is the way it's always worked, Dave. Why don't you know this? This is common sense. Well, true. That might be the case. However, it goes against the game mechanics so far. In the tier list, for general traits, I ranked Panzer Expert really low, and then I ranked Combined Arms Expert really high. And my rationale was behind it is that Mechanized are built for defense. It's their main stat. You stat a lot of Mechanized onto your division. Not only will it increase their stats overall, not only will it increase the armor, not only will it increase the hardness, which are important stats, but overall it adds a ridiculous amount of defense on with Mechanized. But think about it as well. It's also adding 15% breakthrough to Mechanized. So that means that Panzer Expert now also increases 10% to breakthrough, and tanks are built for breakthrough. So this 10% of breakthrough on top of a tank is going to make a massive difference. So in all fairness, it has made Panzer Expert a lot better in my mind because breakthrough is what tanks all do. That's the main stat almost. Still, however, Mechanized have got lots of defense too. So overall, these are ranked pretty at the same level. So I would give this Mechanized Arms, I think I gave it A tier. I'd probably give Panzer Expert A tier as well because overall, depending if you're attacking, you want to go for Panzer Expert for the breakthrough bonuses, or if you want to go for Combined Arms Expert for stacking lots and lots of defense onto your armor divisions with the Mechanized. The bit where I don't think it's working as intended is where it feels to me like how Unwielding Defender, as a defense-based trait, is way more powerful than Aggressive Assaulter. One of them's only increasing one stat of breakthrough, but this is increasing defense and breakthrough. So this one, it becomes a significantly stronger trait, which I feel to me just doesn't add up to what this trait is meant to represent. It's about defending, but it also gives quite a big bonus to breakthrough as well. And it's like, was this based for attack then, or is it based for defense? I don't even know. And that's where at that point it makes me think, is this working as intended? This has blown my mind because I was completely not aware of it. And it has changed what traits I will necessarily go for. For instance, I said Panzer Expert is way more OP than it once was. Cavalry Expert, nah, still rubbish. I'll keep that the way it was. And of course, Unwielding Defender becomes significantly more OP. It also adds an extra dimension too. Can you see like extra attack for Desert of Fox as well as defense? So that not only is increasing the attack, which is your soft attack and hard attack, but it's also increasing breakthrough by 10% as well, which it almost feels like terrain traits become significantly more OP. Why is that significant? Well, that means that if you go for Grand Battle Plan, this trait becomes way more OP as well. Theater training, because you're more likely to get the terrain traits 20% faster, which seem to add breakthrough, defense, and also attack values. It improves in so many different ways. Final thing to look up, I guess, is to look for any defensive buffs. I don't think there are that many, are they, in Doctrines? They're more focused towards attack. Generally, Doctrines are improving the soft attack and hard attack values. You don't see many defense buffs. With Trench Warfare and Entrenchment, you're probably thinking, oh, well, defense, entrenchment, they're interconnected, right? Yeah, but the minute you attack, when you've got entrenchment, you lose all your entrenchment, so you wouldn't take advantage of the bonus for breakthrough if that was the case. 10% extra defense for infantry and motorized. Plus 10%. That is under Grand Battle Plan. Grand Battle Plan just got another buff. So that's 10% extra breakthrough. And then you get another one that's breakthrough as well. 10% breakthrough for army. More breakthrough. And I suppose the most defensive path is Mass Assault, which funnily enough doesn't offer actually much defense. No, the only one that mentions defense in any way, shape, and form is Grand Battle Plan, unless it's sneaked into somewhere into... Wow, so that means that Grand Battle Plan got another buff. Next up, they're going to have to buff Mass Assault. I thought they would have done that with No Step Back, but they didn't. At the moment, Grand Battle Plan has become significantly more OP based on officer cores, as well as some of the smaller buffs within the focus tree down the right path. Grand Battle Plan at the moment is very, very strong. Yeah, I missed this one out as well, boys. Extra 10% defense on the mobile defense for superior firepower. So sometimes you level up your generals and you're like, oh crap, he's got loads of points into defense. That's terrible, right? I hate it when they level up and I'm getting defensive generals. I want attack generals, right? Well, get this, it doesn't even matter, because at the end of the day, if you've got lots of attack, it's going to add soft attack. If he's adding lots of defense, it's going to add breakthrough. Both of these stats are really, really strong. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. The only one you're going to level up into that feels like the weakest of the four is probably planning. If you're microing a lot, planning is useless. But overall, if you've got lots of defense and lots of attack, you're going to be doing a lot of freaking damage anyway. And it also means that this officer core of Tenacious Defense is a lot more strong now as well, where I said before it was really, really weak. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You think this video was good? Well, this one is the final form. Click it.